The smell of burnt flesh and smoke hung heavy as I walked into their rear garden. My wife Emily stood by the barbecue, tongs in hand, laughing and handing out plates. She skipped right past me. No pause, no error. Her sister leaned close to her. I caught the words. He was the error I made in university. Can't seem to discard him. Her brother chuckled from across the patio. I hear the locks are being reconfigured tomorrow. And then her father. A whisper as he offered me an ale, his voice calm and deliberate. The restraining mandate and dissolution documents are already submitted, son. I did not flinch. I did not object. I nodded once, lifted the glass, and said the only words I had. Savor the cuisine. Inside, the burning had already commenced. By the time morning arrived, I knew what action I would take. By afternoon, their telephones would not cease ringing with desperate messages, pleading, begging, please halt this. This is excessive. The betrayal was not immediate. Betrayal never is. It constructs itself, layer upon layer, deception upon deception, until the entire structure collapses under its own weight. Looking back, the cracks were everywhere. The late attendance at fitness classes, the smirk on her brother's countenance whenever my name arose, the way her mother had become silent around me months ago, as if guilt had turned her speech to stone. I told myself I was paranoid. A soldier's mind can play tricks in quiet civilian spaces. But deep down I already knew. That barbecue was not their unveiling, it was their triumph. They had built a future without me, and gathered to toast my departure. Her hand brushed her sister's as they laughed, their eyes flicking toward me with the casual cruelty of individuals who no longer needed to pretend. It wasn't just unfaithfulness, it was a conspiracy. A family tightening its perimeter, drawing the line in smoke and fire, shoving me to the opposite side. The locks were being changed, the papers already signed. My son's drawings had vanished from the refrigerator. My position was erased before I had even physically left. They were not just removing me, they were annihilating me. That night I did not sleep. I investigated. Her handset left on the bedside table yielded more than she knew. Photographs, messages, a shared electronic folder with her sister filled with itineraries, flights, hotels, secret getaways labeled seminars. Her brother's name appeared in transaction records, funds quietly siphoned away. Her father's signature sat on documents I had never seen. Power of attorney filings, property conveyances. They were relocating everything piece by piece into their control, and all the while their laughter echoed from that barbecue, replaying in my mind. Their cruelty wasn't careless. It was precise, or so they presumed. I made my own communications, the kind that didn't appear on records. Contacts who owed me favors, attorneys who worked in the shadows, a security expert who specialized not in opening doors but in sealing them. I did not hurry. Retribution is wasted when rushed. It demands patience. By daybreak, I had a blueprint. Their assets, their liabilities, their vulnerabilities. They thought they were barring me. I was already inside. By midday, the evidence was compiled. I arranged it like weaponry on a table. Fiscal statements, property deeds, screenshots of messages where they mocked me like a dying joke. I waited until she came into the kitchen, placed the folder down in front of her. She opened it. Her face drained, lips parted, speechless. She looked at me, searching for the man she believed she could dismantle piece by piece, the simpleton. She could discard without repercussions. I gave her nothing. No anger, no raised voice, just silence pressing against her chest. For once, she could not hide behind her family. The truth was printed in ink. Her deceptions were laid bare. Her handset buzzed, a message flashing across the screen from her sister. Did he find out? I slid the device across to her and watched her collapse. The next morning, I made my move. Their accounts froze first, quietly. Pensions, capital investments. The trust her father had built to shield them from consequences was seized. By noon, their businesses stalled. A single phone call from me to the appropriate bureau brought every hidden irregularity to light. Years of corner cutting, fraud disguised as family enterprise. By afternoon, they knew. That's when my handset lit up. Her brother's voice in a text, please reverse this. You don't comprehend. Her father, we can negotiate a settlement. Her sister, please stop it. This is too much. And her. Endless messages, calls, apologies disguised as bargaining chips. I read them all and deleted them one by one. They wanted me erased. Instead, I erased the foundation they stood on. That evening, I sat alone. The house was mine again, silent still but no longer hollow. Their empire was rubble. Their laughter choked into static across voicemail. Their power dissolved with every signature. Every asset I'd redirected, every secret I'd exposed. I felt no triumph, only stillness. They thought betrayal was final, that papers and signatures could sever me like a limb, but betrayal is only final if you let it end you. I didn't end. I rewrote. And now when I think of them, faces pale, voices cracking, messages flooding with desperation, there is no pain, just quiet, just clarity. They mistook me for the mistake, but I was the correction.